If you want to make your Blender scenes look instantly better, lighting is one of the biggest things to learn. In this video, I'm going to show you how to add lighting in Blender step by step, using simple techniques that work, whether you're lighting a character, an object, or a full scene. We'll start by setting up the scene properly. Then, I'll show you how the different light types work, how to create a clean 3-point lighting setup, and finally how to adjust things for Eevee and cycles. If this tutorial helps you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Blender tips, beginner tutorials, and easy workflows. Alright, let's jump in. First, open Blender and start with a fresh scene. If you already have a model in your project, that can be your subject. A simple example is the Suzanne monkey because it makes it easy to see how the light is affecting the shape and shadows. Before adding anything new, it's a good idea to clear out the default world lighting. To do that, go over to the World Properties panel, which is the red globe icon, and change the color to black. This is important because the default world light adds a soft ambient glow that can hide what your actual lights are doing. By making the background black, you get full control over your lighting setup and can clearly see the effect of every light you add. Next, switch your viewport to rendered shading. You can do this by clicking the far right sphere icon in the top right corner of the viewport. This matters because lighting won't really show properly in solid mode. Rendered view lets you preview how your scene will actually look with lights and shadows, so as you make changes, you can instantly see the results. Now let's add a light object. Press Shift and A, then go to Light. Blender gives you 4 main light types, and each one has a different purpose. The first is point light. This works like a light bulb or a small spark, and it spreads light in all directions. It's useful when you want a simple source that lights up the whole area around it. One key setting here is radius, which controls how soft or sharp the shadows are. The next option is sunlight. This is best for outdoor daylight. With the sunlight, the position doesn't matter as much as the direction because it behaves like light coming from very far away. The important setting here is angle. A higher angle creates softer, more realistic shadows, while a lower angle gives you sharper shadow edges. The third option is spotlight. This is great for flashlights, stage lights, or any time you want a focused cone of light aimed at a specific area. Spotlights are useful when you want to draw attention to one part of the scene. The main setting to adjust is blend, which smooths the edge of the light circle so it doesn't look too harsh. The fourth option is area light. This is one of the most useful lights for professional looking results, especially for product shots, character renders, and studio style setups. Area lights behave like softboxes, and the bigger the area light, the softer your shadows will be. That makes them perfect for clean, polished lighting. Now, let's build a simple 3-point lighting setup, which is the industry standard for making objects look professional. Start with the key light. This is your main light source, and it should usually be an area light placed at about a 45-degree angle to the front of your subject. This gives your model shape and defines the overall look of the scene. You can move it around until you find a nice balance between brightness and shadow. After that, add your fill light. This should be placed on the opposite side of the key light, also usually as an area light. The job of the fill light is not to overpower the scene. Instead, it softens the deep shadows created by the key light. Lower the power significantly so it fills in shadow areas without flattening the image too much. A good fill light keeps the subject readable while still preserving contrast. Then add your rim light. This can be a point light or an area light, and it should be placed behind the subject, aiming toward the back of the head, shoulders, or edges of the object. The purpose of the rim light is to create a bright outline or glow around the subject. This helps separate it from a dark background and makes the render feel much more dimensional and professional. As you work, keep adjusting the power, size, and position of each light. Small changes can make a big difference. If the scene looks too flat, reduce the fill light or move the key light more to the side. If the subject blends into the background, strengthen the rim light. If the shadows feel too harsh, increase the size of the area lights or raise the radius and angle depending on the light type. Now let's look at engine-specific settings because lighting behaves a little differently depending on whether you're using Eevee or cycles. If you're using Eevee, which is Blender's real-time engine, make sure shadows are enabled in the Light Data Properties panel. That's the green light bulb icon. Also enable contact shadows. This is very helpful because it prevents light from leaking through areas where objects touch the floor or another surface. Without contact shadows, your scene can look like things are floating slightly above the ground. If you're using Cycles, which is Blender's path tracing engine, keep multiple importance on. It's usually enabled by default, and it helps the engine calculate light more efficiently and reduce noise. If your shadows still look grainy, go into the Render Properties tab and increase the samples. More samples usually means a cleaner image, especially in darker scenes or scenes with a lot of indirect lighting. The best way to learn lighting in Blender is to experiment. Add one light at a time, then check how it changes the subject. Move it closer, farther, higher, lower, and test different strengths. Lighting is all about shaping the mood of the scene. A soft 3-point setup is perfect for tutorials, portraits, and product renders, while the dramatic single light can give you a more cinematic look. The more you practice, the faster you'll start to understand what each light is doing. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Blender tutorials just like this. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more beginner-friendly guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.